to like what you feel like back then. I feel like the scene was popping
because it was unity there. Like even though you know now it ain't no unity. Now everybody's out to like cut your fucking head off. You know what I'm saying? Like now the city is just like fuck that nigga if he hot. You know what I'm saying? Like back then it was unity, real respected, real. But now you know with the internet, you got a lot of cats that'll talk shit, but they see you in your face.
because people don't realize how important it is to build that relationship. Because I feel like we don't see each other that often, but we'll still come together and do business.
Anytime we need to come together,
Whenever
we can come
I
together.
think that the city missing that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was gonna get to next. What you feel about like the current state as far as the, because nowadays, like you said, the internet, you don't have to necessarily meet nobody.
Right.
And
I remember when Bo had got out of jail, he had tried kind of explained that to me. He was like, one thing about prison, he said, one thing about prison, you got to deal with a nigga every fucking day. He said, out here in the real world, you ain't got to never see him. You don't pick up the phone. You ain't never got to see that motherfucker again. You know what I'm saying? But he said in prison, you got to deal with a person every day. Yeah. And out here in the streets, it's totally different. And that's where the problem is. Like, we don't treat it like if we was in prison. If we felt like we had to deal with each other every day out here in the streets, it'll be more unity there.
Right.
But the problem is, like, these cats be like, Shawty T charging 40 an hour. Fuck that nigga, man. I don't want to give him no 40 an hour. I'm going to go spend $4,000 and get my own studio.
Right.
So you don't went and brought a plane and you ain't got no goddamn pilot. Right. You know what I'm saying? you know,
stay on the phone, man. It's crazy. The reason shit changed far as that is because when niggas started doing that shit, everybody was basically the same.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no go to Shawty T. Nice, right. Shawty T, Shawty T,
yeah.
Shawty T, Shawty T.
But they don't understand the struggle that I had to go through to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, all the OGs and everybody really know, y'all know what we've been through to get here. You get what I'm saying? So that's why my name, like, people be like, fuck that, I can do what he do. But you don't understand. I tell people all the time when they go buy studios, I say, if you trying to catch up to me, you got to start way back in 1997. You know what I'm saying? All the shit I went through from 97 to now, you got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they say build the ear, you can't teach that. You have to build that. My engineers used to always tell me and my teachers, man, you got to build the ear. No, what the fuck you mean by build the ear? But when I get in the club, Jeezy come on, this bitch hidden. My shit come on, it ain't hidden. Yeah. I'm like, damn, my ear ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So it took time. And now I'm teaching kids that come in here, and I try to show them. And like when the artists come in, I got the monitor in the booth so they can see, and I want them to be on the same page as me, but I want them to learn. But I'm trying to tell them you have to build the ear for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when the artists come in, they have a raw ass beat, but they ain't rapping the right thing on the track. Yeah. So it's like you got this track and you fighting against the track. The music ain't coming out, and you wondering why Future and all of them sounding like that. They get a raw ass beat, and they actually sitting down, coming up with a format of how to say what they saying on that beat. You know what I'm saying? But,
and a lot of these artists out now, I feel like they was coming up through the ranks back then. Like you worked with a lot of people I see on the scene now.
And we done met these people face to face at the Hilton Hotel. Pretty Ricky before they was shit.
That's right.
Plies before he was anything. Blood Raw before he was anything. All these people all right there and the same level as us, talking about they gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just all about the drive. It's just like taking a breath underwater. These boys want it.
It was much.
They want it.
Much. I want to say it's easier now.
As far as what?
Because of the internet. For a bitch to hear your shit, period. Back then, you had to put in that work.
Right.
You had to go to every city and drop shit.
But you put me up on a lot of shit. You was the first one that brought me Jeezy, and you was like, this nigga tough. You was like, that nigga. You said T.I. ain't got the streets on lock. I said, man, you a damn lie.
Yeah, right.
That nigga gave me Jeezy shit, and they were the first one to bring Jeezy
that
here.
Nigga used to fuck Jeezy
like that
little red mag.
Yeah.
When that nigga, like, I just remember, man, being in the air, and I'm like, that shit ain't make me want to do that shit no more.
Yeah, and you brought Jeezy really down here.
Like, damn, I missed it.
Yeah,
because it's basically the same shit I'm talking about, like the real shit.
That's right.
You know, you got niggas who rhyme, and you had T.I. talking about his album called Trap Music, but we didn't look at you as no trap nigga.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Your shit ain't got really nothing.
It was commercial. It was commercial gangster. That's what it was.
And when Jeezy, when I heard that shit up there, man, I heard that shit. I think I was in Strokers when I heard Air Force One. We was in Strokers. They were putting my dog out. He was smoking. They put him out the club, and that shit came on. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm tapping. You know, we ain't really paying niggas throwing money fucking with the bitches. So I'm listening to the music though. Cause I just seen how everybody reacted, so I tapped. I'm like, man, you hear this shit? And like I took that shit. It was so crazy because T.I. had a DJ drummer too. The one where he was, you probably never heard it. He was talking about flip through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And nobody ever heard that shit. They came out at the same time. Streets is watching. And
When he came to y'all show, I remember the first time I see this nigga, I said, this nigga real. That nigga Jeezy had niggas standing on the bar with the bulletproof vest on. Like, y'all done made so much history. I think
that was actually Friedom did that.
Oh, that was Friedom?
That was they the first one, bro.
Okay.
We just went there and shitted on that shit.
Okay. But y'all made history because really, I think when y'all had Jeezy, that's when Meech had.
Yeah.
That was like the same night they got like Meech or some shit you was saying.
Around that time, yeah, they had Meech was on the run and shit. Yeah, they was talking about that. You know what I mean? That was the reason why like we stopped throwing money in the clubs and all that because they were like, that's how they got the niggas in their pocket. Let me get my money back. Shit, I done threw a couple cards.
I called you though. I called you because I heard a mixtape and it was nigga bigger ranking XO unit St. Pete. I'm like, who this nigga? Oh, you like? That's a nigga from Jacksonville we been fucking with. And that was the first time I had really heard a bigger ranking like that on that level like that.
Yeah, bigger like the ambassador, the president of the streets. You know what I'm saying? Drummer, he had got the recognition. If it weren't for Jeezy, it wouldn't be no DJ Drummer. Yeah. Period. Yeah. Nobody would have ever heard of him outside of Atlanta because, you know, a lot of niggas' music didn't make it outside of that shit. Like, when I heard that nigga, I brung that shit. Like, man, we just played in the clubs and niggas will walk out the club. You know how you play that last song and everybody think it's over? That's what niggas will do when we put the G's on. But that's what it was. But bigger that dude. Much respect to bigger ranking, man. Bigger
and which,
showed a nigga a lot as far as.
Like, y'all went up and down because I was right with y'all side by side. Y'all cleaned up at a lot of shows, awards. At that same time, we was in Ozone magazine. I felt at that time like St. Pete in Florida at that time was getting on the map. I thought we was finna like take off at that time.
And I felt like, you know, we could have took off. The problem is, you know, regular life shit, staying here in this city ain't no fucking joke. And it got the best of us, especially Big Jacks. I'm like, bro, you got to get out the game, you know. You got $275,000 in the safe, man. Get out, you know what I'm saying? And I got to make one more run, you know what I'm saying? And that one more run cost them 26 years, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, sometimes, you know, you got to know when to fold them cards and throw them down, you know what I'm saying? You playing blackjack out here, boy. You got to know when to let it go. And then other cats, you know, they got in relationships and they let the girls take them off one way. And I was the only cat that kept going, you know, and the same cats that said, man, you ain't gonna never be shit with that music shit. That shit ain't gonna go nowhere. Now they come in and sit down. And
told you that?
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Like, you know, even, you know, they never said it like that, like in that way, but they broke it down to me. Yeah, they you know, and even when Torn Chazelle came in, he like, dang, boy, the same legit that was at my studio. Now look at you, man. You got your own shit. You must be Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? I heard he tell me. He said, but you made a living off of it. You know.
And I wanted to bring that up,
man, in 15 years.
I wanted to bring that up because when I was talking to Scooter off the record, and I talked to him a little bit on camera, and he was saying like one of his biggest things was he ain't never put 100% to the music because he was going we're paying them right at the time. Like, have you ever ran into an artist where like you was kind of frustrated because you knew he had the potential, but he wasn't going 100% because he was kind of like still in the streets?
Right, and that's going on to this day, still right now. It's cats from 941 that I'd be like, man, if I had the money, I would just take you away from this shit because you actually got the talent. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of cats around here. There's a cat named a little young dude named Guala. You know what I'm saying? I love the way his sound is just, it's rich, you know, but he got to work 2 jobs, you know, he got to live his life. So by them not being able to go 100% because they have to take care of, you know, their life, they don't see no end out of this shit. Like they.
But sometimes you got to make that leap, right? Because you made that leap.
Yeah, I made that leap. I left my job, man, and I ain't never go back. I was just like, it's like jumping off a cliff.
You cornered the market.
Yeah, it's just like jumping off a cliff, bro. I had to jump.
Shawty T was doing $60 a song.
Yeah.
Nigga might be in that bitch 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
That's what it was. Matter
You
of
had to
fact, it
build
wasn't
it up.
even that. It was $25 a song.
25.
You know who
went
made
up
me?
when I caught you.
You know who made me change my prices? Rock, who we was just talking about. Rock made me change my prices. Rock for $25 a song. Rock would be at my house for 10 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm only making $25 for
Right.
10 damn hours. Rock had me so upset. I said, you know what? I got to change that 25 a song to 25 an hour. You see what I'm saying? So then it started going from there, and that's when I got the hourly rate thing going to move up. You know. And then
How hard was it for people to accept that though?
like some people couldn't accept it. Some people, you know, a lot of people did accept it because they respected my craft. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, being an engineer ain't just press and record. And the engineer, you have to guide an artist through what they're doing, and you have to be they counselor at the same time. Because I had artists that really was living that shit. So when they come, Sherrod Holmes come in rapping about a murder or, you know, shooting his own homie in the window, and, you know, and then when he put his tablet down, the fucking article on the front of the tablet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, Sherrod, that shit you was just rapping real? You like, read the article. So I go to reading the article, man, shot and killed on 36, going in the window, you know what I'm saying? And he rapping about it, how he had shot him and flipped the mask off, and it was his homie, and he crying, trying to tell him, if you'd have just let me know, I would have, you know, I'd give you some money,
real
bro.
shit.
You know, you don't kill, you know what I'm saying, your own homie, but people had to come in and rap like this was a guidance counselor's office. You know what I'm saying? People come in the studio, they telling real stories. It's real life shit. You know, 941 boys, 100 murders, and then they come in the studio rapping about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, these niggas telling on themselves, and they end up getting indicted. Everybody, you know, y'all heard about dudes getting killing the dude at the football field.
Yeah.
All that, man, them boys coming through rapping about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the guidance counselor's office. That's why they built task force teams to
focus on